I'd like to call this meeting to order. Clerk of the Board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter.
Present.
Freeholder Estrada. Present. Freeholder Hudak.
Present.
Freeholder Jallo. Freeholder Kowalski.
Here.
Freeholder Mirabella. Freeholder Wright.
Here.
Vice Chairman Granados. Chairman Bergen.
Here.
Chairman, you have 6 freeholders present.
Thank you. Clerk of the Board, please lead us in the prayer and salute to the flag.
Humbly we ask God, the giver of peace and the lover of charity, to give the entire family of nations true agreement with his will, and to grant the light of his spirit on all who work for justice and peace. Amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk of the Board, please read the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act.
The Chair wishes to announce that pursuant to the requirements of New Jersey statutes annotated, Title 10, Chapter 4, Section 10 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Union has been given by mailing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2017, along with periodic changes necessitated by circumstances, to the newspapers circulating within the County of Union who are designated to receive such notice, and by posting the annual meeting schedule for the year 2017 in the Administration Building, and further by filing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2017 with the Office of the County Clerk.
Thank you. We have a couple of presentations tonight. First, I'm going to call upon Freeholder Estrada to make the first presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Doesn't work.
Here, 1, 3.
Yeah, that? No.
1, 2, 3.
It's not working. I didn't do it without it.
It is working. So where you hold the microphone from?
Angie, don't worry. We'll get through this. First of all, back about the beginning of the month, I was at Angie's. This is the Farmers Insurance Agency in Roselle Park. They had opened their business. Is it working? You sure? 100%? Oh, well, yep. It's working. That lady's the engineer here, okay? You got an audience here. Back at the beginning of the month, I had the opportunity to go to the Farmers Insurance Agency in Roselle Park. And I have known Angie for numerous years. And she was opening her business, unfortunately, because of the here we go. Well, because of the meeting, I had to go there first, and the events didn't take place as quickly as I wanted to on my clocking time. So therefore, I said, no, we'll get together later to make sure I present you with a resolution and I congratulate you. You know, it is fitting of individuals today who are trying to make a difference in the community. And Angie's one of those individuals who has worked very hard over numbers of years to ensure, number one, that her agency, she has worked insurance throughout. She's very knowledgeable in all types of insurance, but most recently with farmers, she has a very vast portfolio of different services that she offers. And this is something that's very important to the community. She speaks both English, Spanish, and Portuguese, and is able to provide this service for their clients. Angie is somebody that is known in the community because anytime that she has gone into the community, she has been very involved to ensure that people understand the needs that they have. She's a no-nonsense individual. She makes sure that people, when they live there, have all the information that they need, so there's no hidden messages. The price is the price, but it's also the service that you receive. Angie and her daughter, who also works in the office, have done an extraordinary job. I know them for years, and for us, it's a pleasure to recognize you today for what you have done.
Great. Oh my goodness.
Freeholders know a lot.
You'd be surprised.
He's a great friend. We know each other when I was 15, of course. We know each other for a long
I was
time.
55, you were 15. Well, that sounds terrible. Bad
Be careful.
Yeah, no, it's just kidding, just
I'm
kidding.
from New Jersey, not from Arkansas.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You got it now? It took a while. Oh, we gotta get into the middle. Perfect, thank you. Thank you so much, huh? The best.
Okay. Now, I would like to call upon Freeholder Hudak, who has and Freeholder Kowalski, who have a second presentation.
Thank you, Chairman. All right. I'd like to ask Eric Rubinson and Arthur Hearns if you'd come up and join us. These two gentlemen are from the Cranford JCs. Come on over here. A few years ago, about 6 years ago, when I was first running for Freeholder, I bumped into Eric at the Cranford train station, and he and I had gone to Rutgers together. And since then, we kept up in social media and things like that. I think about 3 years ago, he informed me about a program that he had launched, I believe, with a number of friends in Middletown, correct? In response to Hurricane Sandy, a program called Track Friday. And I want to let Arthur and Eric tell you about it. But generally, it's a great idea in terms of the spirit of giving of the holidays. Many times when you're trying to start a charitable pursuit, and you try to get people involved and to enlist and be supportive of it, people think, do I want to support this cause or do I want to support that cause? I think the idea of this Track Friday initiative, which is going to be in Cranford on Friday at the track and field, and the idea is people just getting out to do good, to raise money for causes that they believe in. And I think at this point, I think we've raised about $170,000 over a 5-year period. So I don't really want to steal your thunder, but this is a great program that really is just inspirational, just in terms of the community coming together to do good works. And I'd like you to share a little bit about it today, and hopefully we can get a few more people out to walk after eating some turkey on Thursday.
Thank you very much. Thank you all of you for having us here tonight. I did prepare a few notes, but I think I'm going to paraphrase a little bit here. Just to talk a bit about how Track Friday started. I live in Cranford now. I grew up in Middletown. After Hurricane Sandy went through the area, a lot of damage was done. A lot of my friends were really hurting from what they had seen happen to their childhood memories, especially down at the shore. And the thing for me being in Cranford was I couldn't get down there to help. So I was looking at different ways to try to raise money or raise awareness, and I had been training for a marathon at the time, and I'd had to drop out for personal reasons, but I recognized that I could play a little gimmick with it, and I told my friends in Middletown, I said, look, I just want to raise $5,000 for our food bank down in Monmouth and Ocean counties, and if you can collectively do it, I will run a marathon on the high school track. It's safe from pedestrian, pedestrians can go on the track without worrying about first responders and emergency vehicles. We raised the $5,000 in 9 days, and we had raised $22,000 by the time the event came. I chose the date of the day after Thanksgiving for a couple of reasons. The first is we wanted to play off of the Black Friday concept, so we called it Track Friday. Got a little more complex than that, though. There's so much that we associate with Black Friday today. The day after Thanksgiving, the first thing you think of when you think of Black Friday is people tackling each other for a 65-inch LCD TV because there's a 4K out available now. And I said, well, what if we gave them something where we're not going to tell them to not go shopping. We're going to tell them to just carve out some of the day to do something good, redirect some of those dollars for something good. And it worked really well. People loved it. We all agreed we would do it again the next year, but what happened by a year from then was different things became important to different people. There was a typhoon that hit the Philippines about a year later, if you remember, and people wanted to find a way to help. The next year there were other local or national issues that people wanted to raise money for. So we started changing the model, and we showed people a way on the day after Thanksgiving to find something close to their heart so that they can go out, raise as little or as much money as they'd like, walk as far as they'd like or as short as they'd like. It doesn't matter, time, distances, nothing. And we started sharing the idea. I ended up in Runner's World because how they found out about it. And the next thing I knew, 21 states held Track Fridays in the year 2015. So these ideas, the way I look at it, it just mushrooms because it's not a hard concept. We've done all of this on less than $500 of operating expense over a 5-year period. We use resources that are available through the internet. We use social media to do outreach. And in my opinion, there should be 1,000 communities across the country that just pick up on this very simple idea and think about the money that can move towards good causes if we just focus on that. I raise money for the food bank every year just to remember how important it was for the food bank to fulfill its mission, especially during the busiest time of the year, the way they overextended themselves to help those in need after Sandy. Now my kids raise money for the Friends of Linden Animal Shelter because they want animals to have homes. We've had over 100 charities represented over the 5 years. And when I moved to Cranford and I met Arthur and I met some of the JCs and told them, I said, I think we should do this in Cranford. They immediately got on board with it. We had one of the more successful events last year, and we're doing it again. I actually want to turn it over to Arthur to tell him a little bit more about Track Friday in Cranford this year.
Thank you, Eric, and thank you for having us. Thank you. So I'm a Cranford JC. I'm on the board, and last year Eric came to the JCs thinking we would be the right group to help promote Track Friday in the area because the Cranford JCs do a lot of fundraising events and help a lot of causes. So he approached us, and you have to usually raise your hand and volunteer if you want to take on or chair an event. And so when I heard what it was, it just fit with what I believe in. So it was the one thing I said, you know what, out of all the events we have, this is the one I think is going to fit best with me. So, and what got me about it is I wanted to be able to help one of the charities in Cranford. There's a group called Cranford Family Care, and when I was younger, my family, we needed public assistance, and Cranford Family Care helped my mom out many times, and then helped us get on our feet, and then we took off from there. And so when I can, through my business, I helped to donate to Cranford Family Care, and when I saw this, I said I can use this to help many charities. And last year we focused, the JCs focused their Track Friday efforts on raising money for Cranford Family Care, and last year I think we raised like $2,000 just for Cranford Family Care. The event total last year raised $15,000 total. $15,000 total just out of Cranford. So for me, it's important to be able to give back to the community, but also create awareness that's going to spread to a bigger scale, like nationally, like this Track Friday has the potential to. So the event is November 24th, Friday. It's from 10 to 3. It's at the Ray White Track in Cranford on Myrtle Avenue, and you don't really have to do anything. You come out, you can walk a lap, you can sit. There's going to be hot chocolate and coffee, so you could just come and stand there and drink if you want to, drink hot chocolate or coffee, and just kind of be in the spirit of giving with everybody else. And it's supposed to be a great community event where we just have people together in the spirit of giving. The donations can be done completely separate from the walking. You don't even have to come to the track. If you want to donate to a good cause, you can go to the website, look at the charities on the board. Just pick one that is near and dear to your heart and donate if you want to, if you feel that. And if you want to come down to the track, you can do that as well. So that's Friday, 10 to 3 in Cranford. So.
Great.
Thank you. The Freeholders, we've done a resolution tonight to commemorate the efforts of the Cranford JC in organizing a Track Friday as an event, and we're very proud that there's 15 meetups this year, and there's going to be a large one in Cranford, and we hope to see it grow. And this is a great thing in terms of the spirit of giving of the holidays. And so we thank you for your efforts, and any help that we can be in the future, you know, we're committed to doing so. Thank you. Thank you so much. DJ, did you want to say anything?
Just want to say that this is a great thing, and we really appreciate the work you're doing, and I know it's going to continue and grow, maybe to more cities than you've even mentioned. So thanks to all of you.
That was great. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
And now I'm going to call up Union County College men's soccer coach Alex Lewis for our last presentation.
Hello, Coach. How are you?
Freeholder Mirabella, who was the prime sponsor on this, isn't here tonight, so I'm standing in on his behalf. And I just want to say, I think the three presentations we have tonight show why Union County is such a great place. We have a business person, we have some people giving of themselves, and then of course sports, which are so important to our youth and to all of us. And this is really, though we have a long resolution, it's really a pretty straightforward issue, and that is that on September 16th of this year, when the Union County men's soccer team beat Cumberland County College 7-1, it was Coach Alex Lewis's 300th win. And that's really all there is to say.
Thank you very much for this honor. I'm one of the persons that do not like to receive honors. And when Miss Linda was calling me, emailing me several times, I would like to apologize to her, because I know standing in front receiving honors, it's not my thing. That's not what I like to do. She had to contact the athletic director to make sure that I return her phone call. Because I just don't like receiving honors. But as a good friend of mine told me, you put a lot of good work into helping a lot of other students and players, but there's a time it comes to be honored to receive the work that you have done. I have two of my assistant coaches here with me tonight, Mr. Derek and Diego. Diego played for me, and he told me, Coach, I want to be a coach, so I brought him on as a volunteer coach. Now he's one of my assistant coaches, and he's also a student at Kane University, where I work full-time at Kane. And then the next group of people that I would like to thank are my wonderful family that I spend a lot of time with, away from from August, from August until middle of November, because we're always in some finals that we are in. Now my daughter just flew in today from North Carolina. She goes to Belmont Abbey College in North Carolina. She just flew in today for the holidays, which is a special occasion for us. Been away from home for about 4 months, and now she's back home for a couple of days. And my son Andrew playing soccer also. They both play soccer.
All right.
Nice. I don't coach them. I only teach them, but I don't coach them. And my wife Felicia, that's been with me for over 24 years, married for 22 years, going on 22 years. Again, always away from home, but they know where the love is, and I know where the love is. And I have one of my players, current player, my captain, Yusuke, that graduated from Elizabeth High School. Now this is second year, just completed his second year We're trying to transfer him to a 4-year school with a GPA of 3.75. Okay, so it's one of my campuses that's here with me. Again, that's not my thing, not to receiving honors. It wasn't until about 5 years ago when a friend of mine approached me and said, "What's your record?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know what my record is. Every year we always have a good season." It wasn't until 5 years ago I started keeping track, going back through the records and added it up, and now over 306 wins. Thank you.
Congratulations. We have our own photographer. Let me see. Hold on.
I took the phone and the backup to the camera.
Thank you. Oh, boy.
Now we're going to move on to our regular agenda. First of all, may I please have a motion to approve communication?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? Okay. Moved by Freeholder Hudak, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Clerk of the Board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak.
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes.
Freeholder Wright.
Yes.
And Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 6 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. We now have an ordinance for introduction. Clerk of the Board, kindly read the ordinance by title.
Ordinance for introduction. Ordinance number 789, 2017, an ordinance to amend Part 1, Union County Administrative Code, Chapter 1, Union County Government Structure, Article 16, Department of Human Services, Article 19, Department of Engineering, Public Works and Facilities, Article 20, Department of Corrections, Article 21, Department of Public Safety, Section 1-128, Office of Health Management, Inspections and Permit Fees for 2018, Article 24, Department of Economic Development, and Part 2, Administrative Legislation, Chapter 107-Parks and Recreation, Article 4, Fees for Recreation Facilities, Section 107-6, Park Fees for the year 2018.
Thank you. I'm going to call on Freeholder Hudak, Chairman of the Policy Subcommittee, to please move the ordinance.
Thank you, Chairman. I move ordinance number 789-2017 for first reading and authorize Clerk of the Board to advertise same in accordance with the law. The public hearing and final reading will be held on December 7th, 2017.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Hudak, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Clerk of the Board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter.
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada.
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak.
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes.
Freeholder Wright.
Yes.
And Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 6 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. We now move to that portion of the meeting where we can accept public comments on pending resolutions. If you have a comment on any of the pending resolutions, please step forward, give us your name, your municipality of residence, and the resolution or resolutions you're referring to, and please remember the 5-minute time limit. Is there anyone wishing to address the board on any pending resolution? Seeing none, we'll close that portion. Mr. Clerk, please have the record reflect that Vice Chairman Granados has joined the meeting.
Duly noted.
Thank you. Being there's no public comment, I will call for a motion to adopt resolutions 20-17-908 through 2017-960.
So moved. So moved.
Moved by Freeholder Hudak, seconded by Freeholder Wright. Clerk of the Board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter,
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada,
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak,
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski,
Yes.
Freeholder Wright,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Granados,
Aye.
and Chairman Bergen.
Yes.
Chairman, you have 7 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. We now come to the second public comment portion of the meeting, where members of the public may address the freeholders on any matter they feel may be of concern to the residents of the county. Once again, please state your name, town of residence, and remember the 5-minute time limit. Is there anyone who wishes to address the freeholders on any pertinent topic this evening? Seeing none, we'll close that portion of the meeting, and we will turn to freeholder reports and comments. Freeholder Kowalski.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to officially congratulate my colleagues, Freeholder Estrada and Freeholder Hudak, on their victory and re-election, and looking forward to serving with Angela Garrettson, and congratulate all of the people who not only ran in the election, but of course those who will be sworn in soon and serving. I had the opportunity to attend a field opening very recently in Freeholder Carter's town of Plainfield. It was a pleasure to join Mayor Mapp and other city officials and residents to celebrate the opening of the new turf field at Seidler Field. The children who were gathered there immediately started playing. It is a well-used field that is going to be even more used now that we have the turf. And projects like these really enable our communities to ensure that everyone can enjoy the benefit of our parks and playgrounds and playing fields. Let me just note that Seidler has received, in addition to county open space funding, they also have received Green Acres funding and other sources. So it's really a joint effort to make sure that there are appropriate playing fields for our kids. And we congratulate Mayor Mapp and the people of Plainfield and all who will enjoy this field. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Freeholder Carter.
Thank you, Chairman. I also like to thank everyone who participated in our democratic process and had the courage to step up and run. But I want to congratulate also all of the winners and look forward to working with all of them throughout the county, especially congratulate all my colleagues for your reelection and welcome our mayor from Hillside who will be joining us in January. We have a lot of work still ahead of us to do, and we're going to continue to do it. That's why I think that you have been chosen to make sure that you're sitting up here, so congratulations. I'd like to also remind parents, caregivers, and people who work with children that there will be a workshop on cyberbullying on Monday, November the 27th in Springfield. The Bullying in Our Children event will feature a presentation on the different tactics cyberbullies use to target victims online. As we all know, the online landscape is constantly shifting, so it's important to stay up to date and informed on new developments that can affect the well-being of our children. The event is sponsored by Springfield Deputy Mayor Maria Vassalo and the Freeholder Board through the Department of Human Services, Division of Youth Services, and the Union County Prosecutor's Office. For more information on the Bullying in Our Children event, please visit ucnj.org/youth. There's a lot of information. Please visit our website, www.ucnj.org, for a host of things that the county sponsors and have going on throughout the season also. And as we embark now and coming into our winter season, please look out for your neighbors. Please, check on the elderly, check on your neighbors just to make sure, when we have storms or if there's anything going on, that we know what's going on in our neighborhood and that we are just that, neighborly. Thank you.
Thank you. Freeholder Estrada.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I want to congratulate my colleague Hudak at the end over there for the victory in terms of the election, of course, and our new colleague Angela Garrettson from the city of Hillside. You know, elections are important. I guess elections do send a message that's so critical. There's no doubt that New Jersey still shows his colors as to where they stand and many of the policies that we find in this nation. Hopefully, the changes that will come about will be those who are more centered and going toward people, the necessity that people have. Unfortunately, I believe that the present governor has many times lost his touch with the reality in terms of our residents. So hopefully we'll be able to fix that to a certain degree. The other issue that I have to talk about is one about TPS. That's a temporary protection of status that are issued normally by the White House or the U.S. State Department, which allows individuals from specific areas of the world that are maybe encountering difficulties from either natural disasters and other things. For example, we have many from Central America, for example, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, and Haiti are the ones who are closest to us, we have many of the residents in our areas. And the White House has announced already that they are ending the TPS programs, whereby it will require that these individuals will be asked to leave the U.S. Now, understanding that some of these individuals have been here for 15 and 20 years, I know that families do grow, and that's just part of life. And unfortunately, you'll be impacting individuals who have no knowledge of what happens back in their countries. For a fact, I do know that the Nicaraguans have been given 6 months to leave the U.S. And shortly after that, today was an announcement that the Haitians will receive 18 months to leave the U.S. And the Honduras and Salvadorians also have been, I believe, given a time frame. I'm not sure the actual term because they had not yet come up with a specific term. But we have members of all these communities in our midst, and they're our neighbors. They're all over our county, and it's something that's going to be extremely of a hardship that will be felt throughout our county. And I just want to, for those who may have not read this or aware of this change is coming about, I think it's important for us to understand what those impacts will be and how can we best help these communities out. I know one thing, advocating is important, and hopefully the Congress will act in order to make this figure out a permanent solution to this problem that we're facing. So I hope and pray that hopefully solutions will be coming. So far, I don't see that at the end of the tunnel, but we'll see what happens. With that, I conclude my comments, sir.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Hudak.
Thank you, Chairman. First, just a couple of announcements. As the holiday seasons get into full swing, we want to encourage parents and caregivers of small children to make sure that their car safety seats are properly installed. As the father of a rapidly growing 2-year-old, I can tell you that oftentimes I will put him into the car seat and find that the seat no longer fits, and it requires me to take it out and readjust it. Sometimes that can be a confusing process and difficult. So we, as a county service, provide a free child safety car seat inspection program with trained staff from our public safety department that will help parents and caregivers in this county make the necessary adjustments. And it is very important to make sure that the shoulder straps are properly sitting, that your child is within the proper weight limit of the seat, or whether maybe it's time to move them to a booster. The center is located at the Garwood Rescue Squad. There are drop-in hours on most Wednesdays and Thursdays, and you can get those hours from the Union County website, ucnj.org. Furthermore, we have some seasonal activities coming up. We will be hosting a our first holiday celebration at the newly renovated Warnaco Sports Center at Warnaco Park on Sunday, December the 3rd. There's the Model Railroad Club back for their annual Holiday Sound and Light Show, a real county tradition, and that is going to be on Friday, November 24th. For details on all of these things, again, please visit ucnj.org. I want to congratulate my colleague, Freeholder Estrada, on his reelection as well. Angel does a fantastic job here in the county as a freeholder. He represents us with distinction, and we're very lucky to have him back. I also join in welcoming Freeholder Garrettson, or Mayor Garrettson, to the Freeholder Board. I would be chagrined not to remind everyone she has tremendous shoes to fill in Freeholder Wright, and we'll have an appropriate time to honor Freeholder Wright. You know, she will be stepping into those very big shoes, and we do appreciate that. I want to congratulate our new sheriff, Pete Corvelli, who will be joining us next year, and wish our soon-to-be former sheriff, Sheriff Cryan, well, though we won't be missing him too much as he represents us in the state senate. Elections are important, and I want to thank everyone who had their time, who had the time to run for office, put their name on a ballot, whether you won or you lost. This is how a democracy functions, and you know, we do thank you for your service, and those who won, regardless of your party, we certainly look forward to working with you to make Union County a better place. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Wright.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to congratulate those team members who won in the election, and also Ms. Garrison, who will be sitting in one of these seats next year, and I will be looking forward and watching and listening to things that are going on. But again, I'd like to thank the members for all of their support that we've had, and especially as a person who had never been into politics before, and this gave me such a different look out. And I think that it has been very helpful to me, and I will always be there to help you if you need some help in any way. I'd like to thank Dr. Kurt Cruz for opening up his dental office in Cranford to provide free oral cancer screenings for Union County residents last Friday. Dr. Cruz is dedicated to raising awareness about oral cancer and educating the public on the importance of early detection. Oral cancer screening allows doctors to catch the disease in the early, highly curable stages. Early detection of oral cancer dramatically increases the survival rate. During your next visit to a doctor or a dentist, please take a moment to ask about oral cancer screening. And on behalf of the Freeholder Board, I would once again like to thank Dr. Cruz for hosting this event.
Thank you, Freeholder. County Council, any comments?
Just thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just want to take the opportunity to congratulate Freeholder Hudak and Freeholder Estrada on their re-election and on the election for Freeholder-elect Garrettson. Thank you.
Thank you. County Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I, too, would like to add my congratulations to Freeholder Hudak and Freeholder Estrada for their victory. Well-deserved. And also to welcome incoming Freeholder Garrettson and Sheriff Corvelli, and also want to wish you and all your families a very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chairman Granados.
Thank you, Chairman. Just want to congratulate Freeholder Estrada and Freeholder Hudak on not only winning, but on continuing to serve the residents of Union County to the best of your ability, and showing to all residents that you continue to fight for them. With that said, I congratulate each one of them, and congratulate Mayor Garrettson, who's going to be coming on the Freeholder Board. And with that said, we have Thanksgiving coming. I just want to give a personal shout out, that's the reason I'm late, to State Police Officer Ray Cruz, Elizabeth Police Department Louis DeMondo, Kusi, Lillian, Melanie, and Janice, who actually today were providing baskets to families who came from Puerto Rico, who are here in Union County, giving them Thanksgiving meals to be able to celebrate during the holiday time. And I know of 2 locations that on Thanksgiving Day, if you're looking for somewhere to eat or to volunteer, It's in Roselle, the Malfi Community Center from 11 to 2, and the Stephen Sampson Senior Center in Elizabeth from 12 to 2. But that's it. I want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. I will add my congratulations to Freeholder Estrada and Freeholder Hudak on their well-deserved reelection. Also extend a welcome to Freeholder-elect Garrettson and our incoming sheriff. And I also want to congratulate all of those across the county who ran for office in this last election. Win or lose, as has been said, it makes the process work. We need to have people involved for our democracy to work, so congratulations to all of them. I will note that next week we will be back here for an agenda session on Thursday, back to our usual day. And then I just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all next week. And with that, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.